5, 4, 3. Welcome back to Leisure Hour Radio. I'm your host, Mike Linan, as always, and this week we have a very special guest on, one of my good friends from comedy, Eoghan Gallivan, everyone!
Hey, people. Hey, is this thing on? No, I don't think so.
No,
Unless
we
my
don't
fucking
know.
shit's not plugged in. Hey, there it is. Let's go. Alright.
You want me to start over?
No, this is good. This
Yeah,
is a good start. I feel like that's very fitting.
That's a good start. So we're starting this off. We just recorded the first episode of This Is Real Life with Michael and Michael, and Owen was our special guest. He actually drove in from Maine, which was probably a shit drive.
Dude, so painful.
So are you back and forth from Maine now, or is this the one time
No,
thing?
it was a customer site. So they had a machine down. I had to go there and fucking fix it. Took all day. Well, it was just bullshit because I was troubleshooting an electrical problem, which I know nothing about, and like they just sent me there and they're like, "Oh, figure it out." I'm like, "Figure it out? What the fuck?" I'm like, "Dude, I can like build a panel off a schematic, but if you're asking me to fucking go,
go wing it and like you're a fucking vet, like you've been doing it for 30 years."
Dude, fucking yeah, like my boss always like, "Yeah, I've been doing this so fucking long." He can't fix shit.
Really?
No, he can't. He's a smart guy, but he's like a fly by the seat of his pants type of engineer. Like he's never like a lot of engineers are like real methodical, like organized. He's like the complete opposite. Super scatterbrained, smart guy, but just like super scatterbrained.
So how'd you meet him?
It's actually fucking when I was in college, I was applying to like a million internships like everybody does, getting no calls back. And then my mom works at a church, and she was like, "Oh, this guy like runs an engineering company, whatever. It's like an automation company, but she doesn't know the difference between any of that shit.
Yeah.
She works at a church. She's obviously not that smart."
Why? What'd she do at a church?
She
covers up shit for the priest?
No, she's the director of religious education at church, so she runs like all the CCD and shit.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's very
she was a teacher for a while. And then that's what she does now. But so this guy went to her church, and she just asked them like, "Oh, have you ever taken on an intern?" And they were like, "Oh, we did once, and he sucked, and like we don't want to again." And she's like, "Well, will you just interview my son because like he's been applying mats?" And I started working there in 2016, I think, when I was still in college.
Wow, so you've been there 5 years.
Yeah, but it's coming up on 5 years now. But I was like, I worked there like the summer of 2016 full time, just basically as a shop bitch. I was like fucking like building electrical panels and shit, and then I worked part-time my last year in college, which was like 2016 into 17. Graduated, I've been working there since. I've actually been looking for something new for a while, dude. But then COVID happened and shit, like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you might as well, in a time like this, you might as well keep a steady paycheck if you have one.
That and, like, I feel so bad leaving after they kept me on, like, during COVID and shit, like...
Why, did they lose a bunch of employees?
No, they didn't lose a bunch of employees, but it's such a small company that, like, you don't really know, like, what, like... They had to apply to all that like payroll like whatever through the government. I don't know what they were fucking doing, but like we were definitely struggling. Like it was super slow for like 6 months, and I worked from home for like I don't know 45 days maybe. Which working from home, like I was literally checking emails for like 2 hours a day and then like drinking a 30-pack.
Well, that sounds like a good fucking 9 to 5 to me, brother.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, dude. I was so bored. I was living with this dude. He fucking sucked, bro. I moved in to like a Craigslist apartment.
Oh, there's nothing fucking. Did you meet him on Craigslist or
no?
Facebook?
So I met the landlords on because it was like above their apartment. It was like an in-law apartment that their parents used to live in. And when I moved in, they were Albanian, super nice people, and their cousin lived upstairs. He was my roommate. He was a wicked nice dude. He was like 40 probably. He was a math teacher in Albania. Didn't really speak English, moved here and just like worked construction for like more money basically. And he was like wicked clean, wicked good roommate, quiet, basically just worked all day, came home, like made dinner and went to bed. And
well, it's the quiet ones you really gotta look out for.
Well, that's what they say. I think he was just quiet because he didn't really speak English.
Yeah,
we would like do shots together and shit though. He was cool. And then
cool.
we would smoke cigs and like do shots. And then another Albanian dude moved in who they didn't know, but I think they like gave him a room because he was Albanian. Basically,
well,
like, whatever.
That's how it is. The tribe sticks together.
Right. And he was like fine, but he was like at first, and he was super messy. And then the other dude moved out, and he got even messier. And just dude, like. When I moved in, it was a nice apartment, and he fucking ruined it. Like, it smelled like shit. Dude, get this. So, when he moved in...
There's nothing worse than, like, when an apartment smells bad. And, like, when an apartment smells bad, you usually, like, can't trace it down to what it is.
Right. Like, picture bringing girls home. Like, I swear my room doesn't smell like shit. It's just out here. Like, this guy's fucking gross. But, Yeah, dude, so when he moved in, like, this is a wicked, like, random thing to complain about, but, like, I was like, why does the bathroom smell so bad? Right? It's the bathroom, like, obviously it's not gonna smell good, but it always smelled like someone had just shit. Like, I'd come home from work, and then I realized...
Did he upper decker your toilet? Is that what you're gonna get to?
No, he didn't upper decker it, but he might as well have, dude. One day I realized he was fucking wiping his ass and throwing the toilet paper in the trash because...
Do you know why?
In Albania, their septic system can't handle it. And then, and his English was, like, pretty good. I mean, he had only lived here for, like, 3 months when he moved in.
He was the teacher? Oh, no.
No, he was a different guy. He worked in, like, some IT shit in Albania, I think. But, so I, like, you know, I'm trying to talk to him, and I was like, hey, man, I'm not, like, being a dick. I was like, but you can flush this shit. Like, do not throw it in the trash. Like, whatever. He's like, okay. His English wasn't great, but it was pretty good. Yeah. And then, like, a week later, I go into the bathroom, and there's just shit-covered toilet paper in the trash. And then I'm pissed, because, like, I don't know, I think I had, like, a bad day at work. So I'm like, this motherfucker.
This motherfucker is throwing his shit in the barrel.
Start banging on his door. I'm like, this fucking piece of shit. And so I'm like, yo, what the fuck, dude? Like, I just told you to not do this. And he's like, she's like, I thought you were telling me not to flush it. I was like, no, dude, I'm the opposite. And then, like, and then it just got to the point where, like, he was the type of guy that would leave all his dishes in the sink, wash them when he was going to use them, and then put them back in the sink. You know what I mean?
You're OCD as fuck, so that
I mean, not really OCD, I'm just, like, clean. I don't know. A lot of people are like, oh, guys are gross. Like, I'm like, no, dude, like... Some are, but like, so are some girls. You ever go into a girl's apartment and it's fucking disgusting?
You ever go in a girl's car and there's just fucking French fries in between the seats?
Yeah.
There's nothing more gross than that. Like,
yeah, my car's not very clean, so I'm not gonna talk about it. But
I've never been in a car.
Yeah, it's where I throw all my trash. But yeah, no, I used to, when I worked at Market Basket, I had to clean the bathrooms, and cleaning the women's room was way grosser than cleaning the men's, dude.
Oh, I bet. Well, I bet in the men's room it was just a bunch of heroin needles.
Yeah, that was it. Just heroin needles, and then I just reused them, so it wasn't that big a deal.
Well, because you're a man that lives by the fucking recycling code.
Yeah,
you're all about going green.
Yeah, I don't litter. I fucking recycle, dude. I don't eat meat now.
Yeah, the only littering you do is in your own car. But that reminds me. So when I went to Israel, obviously I talk about this a lot because it was a cool thing in my life. When I went there, we stayed in a Muslim part. There's this mountain called Aliyah. I believe it's called
Muhammad Aliyah.
Or Mesa. It's called like Mesa or something. But it's like a snake. It's called like the snake path to get to the top. And it was an old castle that was protected. And it was like the last of the Jews at the point. And or it was Romans actually. And they were in the top of the castle. And there was only one path to get up. It's called the Snake Trail. And we walked up it. But I had to take a shit. And this was like the Muslim section of Israel. So I went in there and I saw that there was a basket for all of your toilet paper after you wipe your ass.
Yeah.
And for years, I thought it was like a Muslim thing that you don't flush your shit down the toilet.
No.
That's
so funny. I mean, what, like, you've never seen it before. What else would you think?
I know. Yeah. And then I started talking about it, and like I researched it, and I realized just the sewage lines aren't the same out in other places in the world.
In Israel, do they have those, like, what do they call them, turkey toilets, where like you don't sit on it, you like squat over it, or no? Do they have regular?
No, you see that in some places. You'll see some bidet somewhere.
Dude, I would love to try a bidet.
I've
never used one. I bet they're phenomenal, dude.
It's especially if you get the one that looks like a water fountain and like with the two knobs, because then you can adjust the water.
Oh, it's like a shower.
No, you can like adjust so that you can get like a nice warm stream right on your butthole. And sometimes if you exhale the right amount, it will go in your butt a little bit.
Just a tiny bit. Just clean it out a little bit.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. It's funny. Like I was asking, like, do they have those type of toilets? It's like people that haven't traveled outside the U.S., which I have. I've been to Europe a couple times.
Really?
Most of my family lives in Ireland, so I go there a lot. But like I remember going in like 7th grade to Ireland when I got back. Like all the kids in my class, it was like after like February vacation or whatever. So you know when you're young, like, they're like, oh, what'd you do? And everyone like goes around the room. So I was like, oh, I was in Ireland. And people were like, do they have TV there? Like, do they have? Like, I was like, yeah, dude, it's like a first world country. Like they have everything.
That's such like an American thing.
So American.
No, because you know how we're told we're the best. There's nowhere better.
Yeah.
And then you go to another country like. Me, I thought I was going to Israel to get I thought I was going to get bombed. I was nervous on the flight there. I get there, There's just beautiful women everywhere.
Well, yeah, but you're not wrong. Israel's a fucking violent place.
Well, when I was there, we got bombed a couple of times. But you see, they have this thing called the Iron Dome. It was invented by the company Birthright that actually puts on the trips for American citizens to come there. But you can go, they do it for everyone all around the world. If you're Jewish, they'll get you to Israel.
Yeah, I had one Jewish friend, like through middle school and high school. Like I've been to a bar mitzvah and shit.
Yeah, bar mitzvahs are awesome.
Yeah, dope. I actually, the first time I ever got my dick touched was in, what's it called?
A temple?
A temple. What's it called? Is it just called the temple?
It's either a temple or it's a synagogue. They're
synagogue. That's the one I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, like over my pants. But like this girl that I was like, dating. We were in like 7th grade or whatever.
Dude.
Like just like ran her hand over my dick in a synagogue, and I was like, yo, if the Jews are right, we're 100% going to whatever Jewish hell is. I don't know.
That actually happened to me before when I was a younger kid. This girl, she was over the pants, like rubbing my dick, and busted. And then we went to have sex. So I was banging her a little bit, and then I was gonna, I couldn't bust at that point. I was young. I already busted. My dick was getting soft, so I spit on my dick, and I was like, fake, like that.
Yeah, you were fucking faking it. She thought she was pulling a fast one on you. You were like, I didn't come either.
And then I had to walk home from across town with cum all over my pants.
That's so fucking funny, dude. My brother was just telling me a story the other day. I forget exactly.
What's your brother's name? Is that the
Aiden.
one you always go out to drink with?
Yeah. I only have one brother. I got 3 sisters.
Oh, alright.
He's like 3 years younger than me, but he was just telling me this wicked funny story. One of his friends that I've known forever has been his best friend since like kindergarten.
Yeah.
In like 6th grade, I think he I forget if he like touched a girl's boob or like licked a girl's boob, but he like immediately jizzed his pants when he did, and like she told everybody. So like, hey, he just got roasted for the next like 4 years. Like even in high school, was just getting roasted for it, which I think is so funny. Especially because he's like a real fucking handsome dude that like bangs a ton of chicks now. So
really?
It's just like mad funny. I
So
mean, he has a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend
turned.
now, but when he was in college, he was like fucking dude. Holy shit. My brother was his roommate for like 2 years at Worcester State, and he had.
Oh, he went to Worcester State.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what year did he graduate?
Aiden dropped out. So.
But what years was it?
He would have graduated in. That's a good question. He's
probably-
3 years younger than me. So he would have graduated in like 20. I can't even
21?
do the math. 2013? No, 2019. 2019.
Oh, he might know one of my buddies. Was he friends with any of the players on the football team? Probably not.
Most of the baseball team because his roommates were all on the baseball team.
Oh, really?
But I don't think I know any people who play football at Worcester State. Tyler Berry. You know Tyler Berry?
No.
He's the like only kid I know on the football team.
Well, there's a couple kids from Dedham that went there.
Really? What are their names?
Brendan Cadlick and Mike Cadlick. They're brothers.
No, I don't think I know.
Brendan Cadlick, thanks for watching. He's a big component of the show.
Oh, really? What's up, dog?
He puts it out. He fucking puts it on his stories, everything. He loves the show. Yeah, thanks for listening, Brendan. But, so my brother, I don't know if I ever told you, my brother went to college in Worcester, actually.
Where'd he go?
He went to Becker College.
Oh, he went to Becker? Yeah, I know people that went there.
Yeah, he stayed on the Leicester campus, though, because of, like, where the football field is.
True.
So not, like, actually, is Leicester in Worcester? No.
No, Leicester... Yeah, Leicester, like, borders, actually, Oxford, where I grew up, and Worcester.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Isn't that where Anthony's from?
Anthony Casella?
Yeah.
No, he's from Charlton, I think.
Oh, yeah.
From Charlton, I think. This is fucking, like, 10 minutes ago, but when you're saying it's such an American thing, like, so, like, my mom's from Ireland, so I grew up, like, knowing that, like, there was other countries that existed that were, like, basically the same, if not better.
Yeah, they probably are.
Yeah, if not better. And, like, fucking, it was just, like, super, like, un-American to be like, there's, like, other places, right? Like, people were just like, yeah, fuck you, bro. Like, America's #1. I was like, we're, like, #6 at best.
Yeah, wait. I gotta change this SD card.
Alright, word.
Keep it going.
I'm gonna grab another beer, that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, alright, yeah, that's fine. Oh, wait. It's just low on battery.
Low on battery? Oh, shit. You got a plug for it?
Yeah, fucking mic unplugged. That fucking bastard. Yeah, we're still recording.
Word.
Because it will start, there's a little light on the front. I don't know if you can see the camera.
Can I be a prima donna? You got another light for me? Or a lime for me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We do it big on leisure hour.
Well, like I said, I can't pay my guests right now. I'm trying to build something up, but
Even if you do pay guests, I'll come on for free.
Thank you. Well, I want you to be a reoccurring guest. I want you to, so like, you know how Rogan has like his buddies on all the time?
Oh yeah.
Like, that's how I want to be. Like, I'm definitely gonna branch out and start getting like other types of people on the show.
Yeah.
Like, we're actually, for me and Mike, we're getting someone that knows a lot about the gypsy culture on.
I have no idea what that even is.
Gypsies. You know?
Gypsy culture on? I just don't know.
Culture.
Oh, the gypsy culture on. I was like, what the fuck is a gypsy culture on, dude? I was like, that sounds like a fucking movie. Like English gypsies, or like people in the United States that like girls that wear like fucking floral pants and shit.
Well, I'm thinking we're gonna try to get like just someone that like came here from like England or like something.
Oh yeah.
Or just someone that's like an expert on like gypsy culture.
Dude, when COVID's over and my cousins come over from Ireland, I'll have them come on the pod. They'll talk to you about fucking getting in fights in Ireland, training in the gym that Conor McGregor trained at, all that shit.
That'd be dope. I'd love that.
Yeah. Also, I got. If you fucking, I know a bunch of musicians too. If you
Oh,
want
really?
Some musicians on, yeah.
So who do you know from musicians?
Not like any famous musicians, but kids that have been in bands their whole lives. Like local shit.
Yeah, but just interesting people to talk to.
Oh yeah. I know a bunch of interesting people. I can get on your podcast for sure, dude. Also, yeah, but my cousins I can definitely get on. They're funny dudes, dude.
Yeah, we'll have them over. We'll get a couple pints of Guinness going. Yeah,
I got like 3 brother cousins that are from Ireland and they're sick. They're like 30, 28, and like 30, 28, and 27, something like that.
So how often did you go to Ireland?
So I've only been 4 times, and once I was a baby.
That's a lot, though.
Once I was a baby, so it don't really count.
So that's like.
But the last time I went was summer 2018, and it was dope. Me and my brother, we went over to Ireland. We were gone for 2 weeks. We went to Ireland. We stayed for like 9 days, and then we did 4 days in Barcelona, which was
that's fucking.
So my cousin Patty, who's like me and him are only like 4 months apart, and we get along like fucking like brothers, dude, and. It was mad funny. So he lives in Barcelona, and he has a crazy fucking. Dude,
he's from Ireland?
He's from Dublin, yeah.
Oh,
and he's the one that like trained in the gym that Conor McGregor. He's like a real like stereotypical Irish, like loves fighting, loves fucking, and like just loves drinking. He fucking, so when he was in college, he like majored in like international business, minored in Spanish because he wanted to move to Spain.
Oh, yeah, so he had that planned out for a while.
Yeah, and he like in his summers would work in Barcelona as a fucking club promoter. So basically he would just go around and get chicks to come to these fucking clubs and like give them like free drink tickets and shit.
Yeah.
And when we were over there, he was all like, oh, like how many girls have you fucked? Me and my brother was like, I don't know, like 22. He's like, 22? He's like, oh, I lost count at 108. And I was like, you are just slaying.
He should have said he lost count at HIV.
Yeah, seriously. No, he's fucking hilarious, bro. But like, so now, he had like a sales job there, and he's mad funny. He was like, he's like idolizes, the guy's name from Wolf of Wall Street, like that.
Oh, Jordan Belfort.
Jordan Belfort.
That guy's a piece of shit. Dude.
I was gonna say Vitor Belfort, the fucking the UFC fighter.
Dude, why do people idolize fucking Jordan Belfort?
Well, because he was such a good salesman.
No, because he got so much fucking pussy.
Yeah,
that's
that too. But he was like saying that like he works for like, I forget like what they were. I don't know. They were like an advertising agency or something. Mm-hmm. And he was like telling me he was like on a sales. He was just like basically schmoozing people on the phone, drinking beer in the office and shit. And he was like, yeah, like we've done work with Facebook, Google, like blah blah. He's like, oh, why haven't I heard of you? And then he was like talking to us. He's like, cause I'm lying to you, motherfucker. like just mad funny. And he was like, yo, what he said? He was like, I could sell sand to an Arab. He was like,
like you could sell snow to an Eskimo.
Yeah, anything.
I could sell coke to a fucking pastor.
It's so funny. Yeah, he's a fucking character, dude.
I like people like just people that are naturally good at sales. They always just have the best personality.
Well, yeah, they're just super charismatic, right? Or they're sociopaths. Either way.
Yeah. It could go either way.
Yeah, or they're like literally like dead shark eyes, like fucking just like Jeffrey Epstein.
So, what type of jobs have you worked in your life?
When I was in high school, my first job was at Market Basket as a bagger or whatever. When I worked there, I was basically blowing my whole paycheck on weed. That was like what I was doing.
How old were you? Like 16, 17?
15, 16.
Yeah, first job.
And I was like, why? I was like, I just met, so like a Market Basket opened in Oxford when I was 15, so everybody worked there.
Why is Market Basket like the cheapest place to shop at?
I don't know, but it's the fucking best.
Yeah, they have good shit there.
But so, it was like, everyone in my high school worked there, but also like the surrounding couple towns, like Every kid worked there.
Oh, so you were meeting bitches.
Bitches, dudes, everything. Met so many people, and then I was like, why don't I just sell weed to all these people instead of spending all my money on weed? So then I started selling weed, and I was getting weed for a while off like one of my good friends.
Oh, so that was your second job, selling weed.
Right, and then we got in an argument over, like, he kept giving me short bags, and the scale was broken at 100% was. But, and we got in an argument with it, and I was like, fuck it, dude, this is stupid. I'm not going to get weed off you anymore if we're just going to argue about it. So I started getting cheaper weed, cheaper weed.
But how much was it off? Was it like a gram or two?
Well, yeah, it was like every time I bought a half, it was like 12 grams. And I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Well, that's taking off your profit.
I was like, I'm not lying to you. Yeah, I was like, that's like what I was going to smoke. Like, I'm not lying to you. So I was picking up like a half ounce and selling like grams.
Yeah.
And then I started getting better, cheaper weed from this like kid in my town who now, like, yeah, I'm not going to say his name, but he fucking...
Say his name. There's no cops listening.
Danny Raymond.
I didn't think you were going to say it.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Everybody knows he's a drug dealer.
Oh, really?
So he's like mad legit now. He owns like a driving service and like is like a legal, like he like sells weed to dispensaries or something. Like,
oh, he's a caretaker?
He can legally drive around with like 10 pounds in his car or shit
Jesus
like that.
Christ.
Yeah, so I started getting weed off him, and then like the weed was so good, and I knew a bunch of people that he didn't know that it like blew up. And next thing I knew, I was getting fronted like 5 pounds every week, and I was balling out, dude.
You were making a couple grand a week then.
Oh, I was blowing it all at the casino too.
Oh shit! And, what was your game?
Well, back then I was like, I just turned 18, so I was playing like fucking slots and shit like an idiot. But
we need to hit encore.
And then I would get hammered and play like roulette, but I would just like be like, for fucking $200 on black, and like if I hit, I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Well, you can't play the black or red in roulette. So, you might as well play blackjack if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, I love blackjack now, but I'm like an adult now.
I love sitting down on a table with you, dude. I love blackjack.
Oh, so I'm selling a shit ton of weed, but like in between, like picking up a half and selling 5 pounds. One day I fucking quit Market Basket. It was mad funny. Like I like rolled my ankle or some shit. And I was pushing carts in the winter, and I was like, "This is fucking
pussy, dude."
I was like, "This is fucking bullshit. I make more money selling weed than I do here." I walked in and I was like, "Yo, I fucking quit." No, I didn't roll my ankle pushing carts. I like rolled my ankle skateboarding and then was pushing carts at work. No. I was like, "What do you mean? You've never rolled your fucking ankle, dude?"
No, I have skateboarding also.
Yeah, so I was like, "Fuck this job. Why do I even work here?" So I just walked in, and there's this like assistant manager that everybody hated. His name was Grant Haley, and I used to call him mad stupid shit, Grant Daddy Perp shit like that.
Yeah,
just like fuck with him. He was like a Christian virgin that was like 35, lived with his grandma. He was a fucking loser. And I was pumped to walk up to him and be like, I fucking quit. And he was like, what? And I was like, I quit. And then he was like, yo, what about your uniform? And I was like, dude, these are my clothes. What are you talking about? And he meant like the apron, and I fucking like threw it on his face and became like a legend at the Oxford Market Basket because everyone hated that dude. When I walked in to get my last paycheck, the whole front end was fucking clapping.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
And so I quit to sell weed, but I didn't want my parents to know. So for like 2.5 years, I used to dress up like I was working a Market Basket every like 4 times a week. And then I would just fucking wait at Market Basket for someone to hit me up for weed and be like, yeah, but you gotta pick me up at Market Basket and bring me to the skate park. And then I would just hang out at the skate park for my shift. And the last person that would hit me up would be like, yeah, but you got to bring me back to Market Basket. And then my parents would pick me up at Market Basket. Little did they know I had like a pound of weed in my backpack. And like $2,000 in my pocket.
Well, how did they not... Well, actually, I feel like Irish people, they don't smell weed.
Oh, my dad did. My mom had no idea. But it was mad funny. We had this little dog. And I just remember one day... I had like a shit ton of just like dank weed in my room.
Yeah.
And my mom was looking at the dog. She's like, "Did you get sprayed by a skunk? Did you get sprayed?" My dad's cracking up like, "That's not a skunk."
Yeah, your dad's a cool guy.
Yeah, and then so it was like 2 years where I pretended to work at Market Basket. And
That's
then,
hilarious.
And then my dad went in there one day when I was supposed to be working and like asked about me, and they're like, "He hasn't worked here in like 2 years." And then so my dad picked me up at Market Basket later that day, and he was like, "So, how you been getting money?" And I was like, well, I've been selling weed.
Well, you did it the most sketchy way. They probably thought you were selling heroin.
Yeah,
the way you were going about it.
Yeah.
You could have just easily said, "Hey, I'm hanging out at the skate park. Come pick me up at the skate park."
Yeah, but like I was coming home with new clothes and like new shit, so I'm like getting money.
Yeah,
like I didn't want. Yeah. So, anyways, he was like, "All right." He's like, "I'm not gonna say shit, but you gotta tell your mother today that you don't work there anymore and you gotta get another job." So then I started delivering pizzas, which is the best job for weed.
Hilarious job if you smoke weed.
It's the best, dude. I would sell weed on deliveries, smoke weed on deliveries. Like, it was fucking brilliant.
You're driving around with 10 pies in the backseat. You're fucking smoking up one.
I used to put a pound of weed in a pizza box, in a pizza bag, in my backseat. And just, like, if I ever got pulled over, I was like, oh, no, I'm just delivering pizzas.
Delivering Zaz.
Yes, slanging Zaz, dude. And, you wouldn't believe how many, like, 40-year-old dudes you deliver pizza to, and they'll, like, smell weed on you. Like, yo, you got weed? Can you sell me weed, too?
Yeah. Because once, I've talked about this before, so if you're not a drug dealer in your, like, 30s and 40s, you don't know anyone that sells anything. It's very fucking hard for you to get anything.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, your brother, probably?
Oh, yeah, that's my little brother. Yeah, that's his own. So if you're over the age, I think 28 is the cutoff, where you start, like, because you lose friends. You're not close to your hometown anymore. Like you live on your own in Worcester, right?
Yeah.
So like you're not gonna meet someone like on the fly like you would when you're younger. That's like, hey, I have this. Hit me up whenever you want.
Also, no one's going up to like an adult. Like, hey, if you need, when you're like 17 at the skate park, everyone's like, yo, you want
you want meth? Yeah, you want this, you want that. But also the thing about being a comic is, that also puts you in a different like atmosphere where we can still find shit like meeting new people, and I do like the life that we're kind of living right now. It can't really get better than this.
It's great, dude. I'm honestly jealous of the people that got laid off during COVID because they were just getting so much money.
Well, you would have got more unemployment than anyone else.
Yeah, and would have got the 600 on top of it. I would have been crushing it, and I would have just been probably making like fucking video, like sketches or something.
Well, you have a few that have done very well, right? Don't you have a few?
Couple thousand.
Views, that's well for us.
Yeah, well, when you have 500 followers and get 3,000 views, that's pretty good.
That's very good.
Well, it was funny because all those videos I made, almost all of them, I should say, were in October when I did Sober October. So I had so much time on my hands. I was like, what do I do? And I just was getting goofy as fuck, sober. Like, I'm gonna make these videos, and it's funny because a lot of them are about like drinking or doing coke, but like I was just stone cold sober.
I can't remember what the one is, but I thought it was fucking hilarious. It was like, was it the IPA one?
I don't know. I did one about like coke that got like a really good response, like the guy who swears he's discreet at the party.
Yeah.
And I was walking around like, shit. I was like, hey, anybody need to piss with me? I was like doing that shit. Yeah. That one got the best response for sure. The other one I did about Sober October, where I was like, hey everybody, it's going really well. Then like cut to me like whipping shit around my apartment, like fucking angrily ripping cigarettes and shit. Yeah, that one did pretty well too.
How did Sober October go for you? Do you think it made you any better at comedy? Taking a break like that?
I think it helped with writing, for sure. I feel like when I'm fucked up, I get funny ideas, but then I can't, like, expand on them. But it was, like, easier to expand on the ideas when I was sober all the time. A lot of it were, like, premises I wrote when I was drunk that, like, I never did anything with, and then I was like, oh, I can, like, I'm just sober, like, at my apartment. Like, what else am I gonna do?
That's what I did with a lot of my quarantine. I had a lot of material written after quarantine. And obviously, it was, I didn't have the best quarantine. I fucked up big time. Like, I started getting into fucking booze, drugs, everything.
I think everybody did.
yeah. Well, I walk around at 160 usually. Right now, I'm at 205.
Holy shit.
Do you know how bad that is for, like, that big of a jump?
Yeah, that's pretty bad for you. Like, just like your organs are like, yeah, what just happened?
Yeah, they're freaking out.
I have a friend, we don't hang out that much anymore. He's got a kid and shit. But he, like, every winter, he just wouldn't do shit but, like, drink. And he, no joke, dude, would fluctuate from, like, 220 to 180 yearly, every year.
Jesus
Like, he would lose 40 pounds by the end of every summer, and he would be, like, looking good. And, like, he was, like, not, like, a jacked dude or anything, but he was, like, kind of muscular.
Well, he looked healthy, right?
Yeah, he looked, like, good. And then you just see him, like, 6 months later in, like, February, and you'd be like, yeah, what the fuck, bro? Like, his whole face would be, like...
And, well, you can see it in my face, like
when I did Sober October, dude, I was like, my face looks so skinny, because I just drink so much beer.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
You must have just felt good, too. Like, I've been on,
It had been about 10 years since I went that long without smoking or drinking.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
wait, so
I'm 27,
Wait, did you go cigarettes also?
No. I smoked cigarettes.
Yeah, that's very hard.
I was just cigarettes and coffee. That was, like, my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever hit the vape?
No. No, I did. I used to date a girl that hated that I smoked cigarettes, and like before, like a Juul was a thing or anything, I had one of those like just like a not like a huge like fucking
Not
one
the
of those
box.
things.
The box.
No, but it was just like a cylinder battery with like a little like almost kind of like what weed pens are now.
Like a little dome thing that you just fill up.
It was just like fill it up, and I hated it, but I did it for like 6 months because she was just like we were in like a serious relationship.
Yeah.
Serious. We were like 21, but not even. Like 21.
What was the last relationship you were in?
So I did like 2 back-to-back serious relationships when I was like from like 18-ish to 20-ish, and then like 21-ish to 24-ish.
Yeah.
And since I haven't dated anybody, I was kind of like, it's just not worth it. Like, I feel like I was in 2, not that they were shitty relationships, but like I was just in them because I felt like I should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
well,
I just had,
else
there was
to
like
do.
no reason to leave them, but they weren't that good,
Yeah.
and I was just kind of like And then like I did really like the second girl. Basically, I dated this girl that was like really, really nice. Had her head on straight, was like super smart. And then after that, I dated a girl that was like the opposite. She was like a shit show.
Oh, the opposite of that is way better though. You don't
so much more fun.
You don't want to. Well, especially at our ages now, until you get to like your 30s. You don't want to get in a relationship with some fucking egghead.
No, yeah, but we were just like hitting the bars every night, doing blow.
You were doing blow together?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
It was a shit show.
Yeah, that's when it gets bad in a relationship.
But I really liked her because it was so much fun, like dating her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when we broke up, this is actually a pretty funny story. We had plans to go to Australia for my sister's wedding.
Oh, that would have been.
There.
So have you been to Australia?
Yeah, I have.
Wow.
It's very cool.
Can I come with you?
Yeah, dude. Okay, hell yeah. Let's go down under and surf.
I'm down, dude.
Yeah.
That'd be so fun.
What was I going to say? So, we had these plans for like 6 months, probably. Because, like, obviously when you're doing something like that, you plan it ahead of time. And we were going down there with my whole family because, like, my sister was getting... My sister lives there.
Wedding, yeah.
Yeah, my sister lives there still. But, like, 6 weeks before we went, she broke up with me. And I was like, you fucking cunt.
Jeez.
But then,
well,
listen to
how
this.
much is that ticket for the flight?
$1,200?
Yeah, that's expensive.
Expensive flight, for sure. Dude, 27 hours on a plane.
Jesus.
Yeah, it sucked. But she still went to Australia, but just obviously didn't stay with us. So she went like solo to Australia for 10 days. But I had to sit next to her on a 27-hour flight after she broke up with me and shit. It was fucking miserable, but...
Are you serious?
Yeah, get this. I literally asked to be moved.
You couldn't have called the airline?
I asked to be moved, and they said no. But get this, so we had planned like I forget if it was like 10 or 12 hour layover in LA because we wanted to like explore LA.
You're fucking crazy, dude.
So we get off the plane, get this, we get off the plane, and she's like, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do now. Like, I don't really want to walk around LA with a fucking suitcase by myself like an idiot. She's like, just come with me, it's not that big a deal, like whatever, like we're both here, we might as well just do it. So she's like trying to convince me as we're waiting at baggage claim, and then I'm like, oh, holy fuck. I don't have my wallet. I left it on the plane. And I'm going to Australia, so I'm like, yo, can you...
Was your passport in it?
No, I had my passport in my backpack, but I, like, all my cards, everything.
Yeah, everything you need, really.
I was like, fuck. So I was like, can you please get my bags off baggage claim? I need to run back through everything right now. LAX, it was such a busy fucking airport.
Yeah. Well, I've never been to LAX, but I've been to the Atlanta airport. I heard it's very similar, like, with the traffic.
Yeah, I've never been to Atlanta. But...
Atlanta's, like, one of the biggest ones. And I fucking lost my bags there, and I was in a rush. I was going from the Atlanta airport to Denver. That's where I actually started comedy.
Oh, really?
I moved to Denver. I was getting to the story, but keep going. I'll tell the story after.
Denver's sick. I've been there. But, so I'm like, please, like, you gotta get my shit. She's like, you're so fucking stressful. I can't fucking believe you. Like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, can you please get my shit? I was like, if you do, I'll buy you lunch. Like, just let me run back.
Something nice for her to help
She's
you
like,
out.
okay, whatever. Like, you're wicked fucking annoying. I'm like, okay. So I get back through. Luckily, I do get my wallet, which was fucking sick. They wouldn't even let me on the plane. A cleaning crew came out with my wallet, and I was so fucking pumped.
Oh,
dude.
you got so fucking lucky.
I told them, like, the seat I was in and everything. They went in and they got it. So I get back out. She's like, I can't fucking believe you shitting on me. She's like, let's go. I want to go to In-N-Out. Like, that's, that's like a big thing.
I've never had it.
Overrated as fuck, in my opinion. But
is this where your taco joke comes from?
No, that was when I went to San Diego.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, it's good. So we get in an Uber. We're going to In-N-Out. That's where she wants to go. And it's the closest one to LAX, so there's a huge line, obviously, right? All these tourists, and I gotta try In-N-Out. We're in line at In-N-Out, mad long line, 30 minutes at least. As we're getting to the front of the line, she's like, oh my god, I left my purse in the Uber.
Oh my
I'm like,
fucking
you're
same
so
thing you just
fucking
did.
stressful, blah, blah, blah. She's mimicking her, being a dick.
Yeah, she did the same thing you did.
Guess what she says? She's like, it's your fucking fault, you're stressing me out so much, blah, 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 blah. Being a cunt about it. And then she was just a cunt to me for the whole layover. And yeah, and then it was just like, it was honestly a miserable vacation for me because I was upset. We were supposed to go to the wedding together and shit. Like,
yeah.
So it was me with my parents in an Airbnb, my sister and her boyfriend, and that was it. So it was supposed to be like 3 couples, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Like my parents, my sister, her boyfriend, and me and this girl. And it was fucking miserable, but the best part of the story is that she fucking missed her flight home and had to spend an extra like $2,000 to get home.
Shut up. She got what she deserved.
What a dumb cunt.
So speaking of In-N-Out, have you ever looked at my YouTube page?
Mm-mm.
Alright, so here, let's watch this video. I made a skit, kind of a skit, but kind of just like a goofy video when I was at a KFC drive-thru one time. And it's about just different douchebags asking a girl out.
Yeah.
So here, I'm going to play it right now.
Yeah. This is coming through the headphones? Oh, yeah. Damn, you do look 160 in that video, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That was good, dude. I have a video, not similar to that, but basically I'm in the drive-thru. It's on my phone, otherwise I'd like pull it up, but it's just like on my Instagram, so you can't pull it up.
Do you want me to pull it up?
No, it's all good. It's all good. But basically I was just like talking about like you feel like people ever just like do shit just for social media, but they're not actually doing it. And then I'm at a Wendy's drive-thru and they're like, "Oh, welcome to Wendy's. Like, can we help you?" And I was like, "No, I'm just taking an Instagram video," and then I just drove away.
That's pretty fun. Dude, I love Wendy's. I'm a huge fan of Wendy's.
The 4 for $4 goes hard.
The 4 for $4 is the best thing.
I personally think you gotta make them Baconator fries though, because Wendy's fries suck. It's like 60 extra cents. They put gross liquid cheese and bacon bits on it, and it's 100% worth it.
Really? I've never had those fries.
Oh yeah, you have to eat them with a fork, but it's worth it. Like I think Wendy's fries are the worst.
Well, I'm a big fan of like Chili's. You like Chili's?
I don't not like Chili's. I feel like it's infinitely better than Applebee's.
Yeah, but they have fucking these things called the Texas cheese fries there. They're the fucking best French fries in the world. You
ever see that thing that's talking about all those chain restaurants like TGI Fridays, Chili's, whatever?
Oh yeah, and then
it's like Chili's. It's like Applebee's, Southwest Applebee's, like this Applebee's, that. I'm just mad funny. I was like,
yeah,
oh shit,
I've seen that. That is good. That's
a good one.
So let me tell you about how I got into comedy.
Yeah.
So I got into a huge fight. I got suspended from college for a year.
Oh shit.
I robbed my roommate. Not my roommate, the kid that lived above me. He was the biggest drug dealer in all of Boston. All the Boston colleges. Robbed him, stole a bunch of pills, stole a bunch of weed. And then he told on himself. He ended up going to jail. I got suspended for a year.
What an idiot.
Completed. But my dad, on Christmas Day in 2018, me and my dad got into a huge fight. He was like, "You don't deserve any fucking gifts. You're a college fucking bum." And he was like, "You're a fucking loser. You'll never be anything. Like, you're fucking nothing." So I took off. I went to Logan Airport. I went there with just a backpack. I had a sweatshirt and a backpack and the clothes I was wearing. Went to Denver. And this was 3 weeks before
so what were you, like 19, 20?
I was 19, but this was 3 weeks before the Israel trip that I was going on, that I already knew I was going on for months. So I went to Denver. I lived there for 2.5 weeks. I was living in the slums, in this shit. I was almost about to commit suicide. I was walking past a bar that was doing an open mic night. Went in, and I told the story about me getting robbed by transgender, got a bunch of laughs. I've been doing comedy ever since.
That's such a good story. That's way cooler than mine. I was like, I've always wanted to do it. I'm a fucking pussy and just never did. You were like, yeah, I was fucking down on my luck. Like,
I was.
That's like a real comic story, I feel like.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure, dude. I think every comic that's ever, like, even like every open micer has thought about killing themselves at one point. Like, if you haven't, why are you even getting on stage talking about how depressed you are?
I think a lot of people have thought about killing themselves, but here, let's cheers on that. On suicide.
Hell yeah. I have a bunch of suicide material.
Yeah, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Hit me with a joke. Hit me with a suicide joke.
Fuck. I was like, I have a bunch of suicide.
No, he's got nothing.
Oh no, you've heard me do the like if I ever want to quickly kill myself, I know exactly.
Oh yeah, don't say that on there.
That one, yeah, that's
don't use anything you're still using.
Yeah, that's a good one. I used to do this one, but I thought it was too similar to like Jim Gaffigan's.
Gaffigan's a legend.
I thought it was too similar to his what's it, the Hot Pockets bit that he does.
Oh, dude.
But the joke
that
was
Hot Pockets joke is
it's amazing. It's so legendary.
That's like
when he does shows, still people like chant Hot Pockets and make him do it. It's like Bert Kreischer's The Machine story. Yeah,
I saw Bert Kreischer live.
Oh, did you?
At a
I love Bert Kreischer like as a person. I personally don't think he's a very good comic. But
I think he's a really good podcaster.
Great podcaster, dude. Yeah. Hilarious. A lot of people hate him. They're like, I hate his laugh. I'm like, nah, he's funny as fuck. Yeah, you can tell he's just having such a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone that's friends with him, they're like, oh, he's just like, he wants everyone to have a good time. Like, he just seems like the most fun guy to hang out with.
The way Bill Burr talks about him, like, it's just like, if Bill Burr respects you on that level, then obviously...
Oh, and him and Bill are like the most opposite people ever. And like, Bill Burr's such a miserable prick.
They do a podcast
Oh, together. Yeah, the Bill Burr podcast. I've never actually... It's funny, I think I follow it on Instagram, so I see a bunch of clips, but I've never watched, like...
Well, you might just follow All Things Comedy.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I definitely follow All Things Comedy. Yeah, same
here. All Things Comedy is fucking a great company that Bill Burr started.
Yeah, it's so good, dude.
He's put a lot of power into the comedian's hands.
Yeah, which is sick, dude. That's how it should be. Fuck, like, all these, like, Hollywood suits that are trying to fucking do all that shit. The pandemic was really good, honestly. Like, I know it shut down stand-up for a while.
It was good for people that are funny.
Yeah, like, Schultz, Tim Dillon, like, all those dudes that have, like, blown up. Even that dude, Ryan Long.
Long, yeah, great.
Hilarious, bro.
Yo, you know how I found out about him? You know when they did racist versus, like a racist with a woke person.
Oh yeah.
And they're like on the swing together.
Yep.
And they're like, I think colored people should have their own businesses, and only colored people should show up there. And Ryan Long's like the racist. He's like, I completely agree with you.
Yeah. And then like at the end, he's like, I think white people are like the one like cause of like everything bad. And he's like, if we could just narrow that down to one group of white people.
That one small yeah. Ryan is fucking hilarious.
Dude, all his videos are so good. But like those type of dudes. They realize they don't really need, like, they don't even need Netflix, they don't, or like, Joe List, Mark Norman, like, all putting their stand-up specials on YouTube. Like, if they put that...
The thing about Mark Norman's, no one bought his. He tried selling it.
No, I know, which I think a lot of people did. But it's like, it might be just like a straight white man isn't selling right now, and these companies are like,
no, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Because, and a lot of his jokes are like, not that they're edgy, that's the wrong word, but like, they're pushing the line a little bit of like race or like gender or whatever, but they're funny, like they're funny as fuck.
Yeah.
And I just think people saw that, like, you know, like networks saw that and they're like, we can't put this out. But like, even if Netflix like picked it up, it might have just like...
It might not have done as good as
it. Yeah, it got so many views on YouTube just because it was...
Especially the algorithm on YouTube. If you get on the algorithm and people fall asleep watching YouTube and then it just comes up, that's still a view. You know what I mean? Like, YouTube's a weird thing. So, like, I used to have my podcast when I first started it before, like, because when quarantine happened, I got crazy. I started going live streaming.
Oh, live streaming's ballsy, dude. Yeah, I would never do it.
Wicked ballsy. And I would start calling. I called the gambling hotline for Massachusetts, and I was like...
On a live stream?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know what I should do. My brother Mike, he's going fucking insane. He's in the bathroom right now throwing down dollar bills, betting on which one of his toenails will grow quicker.
Dude, holy shit, you want to hear something fucking hysterical? One time, me and my friends got real drunk on the beach. Like I said back when, I was blowing all my money at the casino. I think I have a worse gambling problem than any other problem I have. I love to gamble.
We gotta hit the casino.
Like if I could choose between like gambling, cigarettes, weed, and booze, I'd probably pick gambling.
I'd probably pick booze.
It gives me such a rush, dude. Like I love booze, don't get me wrong, but that's a close second.
Well, when you win gambling, there's nothing.
Oh my god, dude! You feel like you could just like fuck a fucking actress, and she would be totally down with it. But even when it's like $50, when you win $50, you're like, I'm a king. But so me and my friends hammered on the beach. Started betting just like dollar bills. I think it eventually went to 5, but dollar bills on which seagull would fly first.
Oh, I think you told me.
Yeah. But then like we started making rules because we were getting pissed. Like they like jump and flap once and land. Yeah. And like we'd be like, that's flying. We're like, no, 3 flaps.
Another freaking French wrap.
Yeah, 3 flaps of the wing counts as flying. Anything less than that is just jumping. Like we got so into it and we were so drunk, dude. And it was just like that's like the most. I think that's the most degenerate thing I've ever gambled on. Me and my brother one time did $100 rock paper scissors.
Holy shit!
Yeah, pretty bad.
I gotta meet Aiden one day. We all gotta go out for a beer.
Oh hell yeah! You know what else I love? You ever play CeeLo, like a 3 dice game?
Can you explain it?
I think I
might have played a version.
It's the greatest gambling game ever.
Is it kind of like left, right, center?
No, it's basically just like if it was just me and you, we both throw like $5 in or whatever. You roll 3 dice. So like to get a score, you need 2 of one number. So like if you get 2 anything, the third dice is your score. So like you want like 2 1s and a 6 is a 6, 2 5s and a 6 is the 6, and then triples are like better. And then a 4 5 6 you automatically win. A 1 2 3 you automatically lose.
Oh.
And it is the fucking most nerve-wracking game, dude. And like, but when you get
how do you go? You
just all go in a circle. So
but like, you win the pot.
You just win all the money.
If you win, you get everything that's in the pot, right? Alright,
so,
that's kind of sick.
So fucking sick. It's like, but when you get like 10 dudes and you're doing $10 hands, so it's like every time you win, you're getting $100. And you know, someone in the circle is gonna win. But like the best is like sometimes, dude, like you'll go first and you'll roll a 4 and be like, motherfucker, like I'm in a circle of 10 people, I'm never gonna win. And then it just all in a row is like 2 2 3 1 2 3 2 1 2, like, and you're like, oh, that's a big 4. You start like screaming, and then like you're like sometimes you'll win rolling a 4, and it's like so wild.
That's like kind of like the white version of like shooting dice in an alley.
I think that's how they shoot dice.
No, they shoot dice. You're going for 7 or 11.
Oh, that's like craps.
Yeah,
like a 7 or 11. Yeah, I think when they shoot dice, they use 2. But yeah,
I used to buy drugs off this kid in Mattapan. You know Mattapan, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'd go out there, and every time I'd get there, they'd all be shooting dice, and they all knew I was a comedian, and they're all black dudes. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not.
What does that have to do with anything, dude? You're so fucking privileged.
That's who they are. That's who they are.
No, just describing them. It's all good.
Yeah, no. So I would always pull up and I'd roll the hand, like they'd just be like, roll the hand, say a fucking joke, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Just straight fucking with you.
Yeah, and I'd hop in, I'd like say like something about like white and black people, like white people do, like, you know, like the old school joke.
Yeah, like what's the deal with airline food? That type of shit. Yeah.
What is the deal with it? You ever eat a meal on a plane? Obviously, you've gone to Ireland.
It's terrible.
It's fucking shit, dude.
It's trash.
When I went to, like, that's the only, like, place I've gone to that's cool. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Australia. Like, you seem like a well-traveled guy. Huh?
Yeah, relatively. I mean, the funny thing is, until I did go on a cross-country road trip this year, so I was seeing a lot of the...
You rented a freaking...
No, we didn't even rent it. It was my friend's. She actually just recently moved out of her apartment and now lives in that fucking thing with a dog. Which
is she famous on TikTok?
No, she should be, though. She's kind of cute. She could do it.
Yeah, why isn't she?
She's like way more like she doesn't give a shit.
Oh, she's actually doing it for herself.
She's a hippie. But besides that, I haven't traveled that much in the U.S., but I've been out of the U.S. a bunch. Like I've been to Mexico, I've been to Ireland, I've been to Spain, I've been to Australia.
Those are all cool ass places.
Yeah, all wicked cool. I've never been to Canada. I don't think I'm allowed in because I have a DUI. They don't let you in if you have a DUI.
I think you could fly there. I think you could get away.
I probably could, but like, there's a chance I'd get.
You don't even want to fly there. Like, you want to take a bus to Montreal.
Yeah, I've heard that. One of my, I'm trying to think who it was. It was like a family friend, I think, was telling me like the best way to go to Canada. He's like, dude,
on a bus.
Go in the summer. He's like, drive up or take a bus to Toronto and catch a Red Sox game. He was like, they're like $30 for nasty seats because nobody in Canada gives a shit about baseball.
Yeah, it's all
He's
hockey.
like, you go out. Toronto's a great city. It's so much fun. He was like, you go to like get like fucking 10 rows back on the third base side for $30-$40.
Yeah.
He was like, and you know, like obviously if you're used to going to Fenway, like the beers are like $30 a beer.
Yeah.
He was like, the beers are relatively cheap. Dude, when my sister lived in San Francisco,
what's up with you? It's the same sister that...
Yeah, she's lived in Canada, Cali, China.
Is that for work, or is she just a big traveler and likes to experience?
Well, she also is a big traveler, but she like purposely gets like traveling jobs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, it's funny. I said like my cousin did like international business with Spanish. She did the same thing with Chinese. She lived in China for 8 months. She speaks fluent Chinese.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. My oldest sister, dude. She just
what?
So there was 5 of us, and she was the oldest, so she obviously had to like take care of all of us because my parents worked like 24 jobs, and she like wanted. I feel like she just wanted to get so far away from us. When
she was done. Yeah, she was done.
She was like, I want to get the fuck out of here. Like she didn't go to college far away. She went to Bryant, which is obviously in Providence.
Yeah, Bryant's close.
And then she studied abroad in China for like 8 months. She did like a full year.
Oh, is that how she started learning Mandarin?
Well, so she was minoring in Chinese already, and then when she moved there, she got really good at it. There's actually this really funny story where they like hiked a mountain, her and her friends or whatever.
Yeah.
And the plan was to take a bus back to like wherever they were actually staying, but they were so tired. They're like, "You want to just like stay close by, like at like a hostel or something?" And
yeah, something easy, cheap.
Cheap, easy. They're like, "Yeah, yeah." And like her Chinese wasn't that good yet, so she like sees this hostel. They go in, they all like get their room. While they're in there, a dude walks in a robe and just drops it. But I think it was a brothel, not a hostel, and she just didn't know the difference in Chinese. So they all like ran out of there screaming. Basically, they were all like like 19, 20-year-old girls.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she speaks Chinese, or spoke. I mean, I'm sure it's been so long that she's not as good as she was, but she spoke Chinese so well that she got offered a job translating Chinese textbooks into English.
Wow.
Like
Holy shit.
Yeah, but so she like lived in China, then she lived in Canada, then
so
she lived in Cali, then Canada, and then she moved to Australia.
And that's
with
where
her
she
company.
is now?
And so like when she moved to Canada, they were like, "Hey, can you go open like our Canada branch of this company?"
Yeah.
You have like a year to get it to like X amount of sales. And she did it in like 7 months.
Wow.
And so they were like, "Hey, you're really good at this. Do you want to do it in Australia?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then she moved to Australia and met a guy. And like after like the year, they were like, "Oh, do you want to come back?" She was like, "No, like I met somebody here. Like we actually have something really serious. But you should just make me head of all of Australian and Asian sales because I'm already over here."
Well, Australia is really close to Asia, right?
She was like, "I speak Chinese. I'm already here." And they were like, "All right, good idea." That she just like talked herself into a promotion. And I think she works for a different company now, but. She's done a bunch of cool shit, dude.
Yeah,
like she's
really interesting.
She fucking when she was in China, she like got a job as a translator going across the Gobi Desert on camels and shit. Like she's had some really cool shit.
Have you ever ridden a camel?
No, I wish. I've ridden a horse.
Do you want to see a picture of me and my friend from Israel and we're riding a camel together? It's the gayest picture I've ever taken.
What is it? How old are you? Like 18? 19?
I was 19. Well, I turned 20 the day I got to Israel. Here, can you just tell a quick like little story or something while I go take a piss?
Yeah. I'll tell a story about pissing, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see if I have a good piss story. Oh, I one time at the St. Patrick's Day parade in Worcester was so fucking drunk and there were such big lines for every fucking bathroom that I decided, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm pissing in this alleyway. So I'm pissing on the side of a building, whatever. Here's some dude like, "Hey!" I'm like, yeah, just pretending I didn't hear him. "Hey!" Pretending I didn't hear him. I get hit with a snowball. I'm like, there was snow because it's Massachusetts and it was March. I'm like, this motherfucker. I turn around, it's a fucking cop. Somehow didn't get arrested, hashtag white privilege. I don't know. I don't know how to kill this dead air alone. Looking at a picture of David Ortiz, what a fucking legend. Can't believe he got shot, glad he's okay. David Ortiz is way cooler than Tiger Woods. I feel like he's better at golf, probably. Tiger Woods is a pussy.
What did I just walk in on?
Yeah, no, I was looking around the room because I finished my quick little story, and I was like, I'm looking at a picture of David Ortiz. I was like, I can't believe he got shot and is fine. And then I was just like, Tiger Woods is a pussy. David Ortiz probably better at golf.
Isn't that the creepiest thing to have over your bed when you sleep?
I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of nice to wake up every morning and look at Poppy just fucking getting ready to rake fucking home runs.
He signed that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I do see it. I just thought it was one of those like printed on, like that's like a signature.
I bought that at Fenway and
then
I got him to sign it. Yeah, well, when I was younger, I was really into stuff like that. Like, you can tell by the walls. Like, my grandma is an actual artist. She drew that picture. See that one that's like a oil painting?
Oh, this one?
Yeah, she drew that. She painted that. I have a couple more back there, but they're kind of like wrapped up. And she has like a collection of over like, I'd say like 4,000 paintings.
Holy shit.
And they're never been seen by anyone. So we would go through, we would pick them out. My whole house, is she
still with us? Or
yeah, no, she is.
When you were like, we'll go through them, I wasn't sure if they were in like a storage facility with like all her stuff.
No, we'll go through them just because my mom like decorates my house with them, and they're actually like very beautiful. And like you'll see, if you look at any of the artwork upstairs in my house, they're all my grandmother's.
That's so sick. Does she do like different styles too? Like everyone looks like different?
Well, she was really into like oil painting. Like similar to that, like that's her. She does it with a knife, and she does it with oil. But like she would do like sketches too, and then like me and my dad, we used to go. She had like an art group, so me and my dad we would go pose for like.
That's so funny.
Isn't that there's a couple pictures of me and my dad that
You're like paint me like one of your French girls.
Yeah. But that's like the most Jewish thing like anyone's ever done. But
is that a Jewish thing? I don't.
Well, I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't know shit about the fucking Jewish culture.
The Jewish culture is just a lot of inventing interest, and I can't.
Inventing interest. He's like, the rest I can't tell you, but it has to do with the weather.
Dude, there's nothing funnier. Like, how did that become like a thing?
Fucking people are nuts, dude. They're like any conspiracy theory that I feel like a lot of them people put out there as a joke.
Yeah,
and then they gain traction because people are so fucking nuts. We were just talking about my sister that lives in Australia. You ever hear the conspiracy that Australia doesn't exist?
It's not a thing. Yeah. They say it's chilly. They say it's chilly.
Oh, is that where they say it is?
Yeah.
So the one I heard was that it just doesn't exist, and that there's an island like off the coast of England, I think, that is Australia. That like
look
invented...
at Australia compared to England. There's no fucking plant life. There's no animals.
No,
and plants.
Dude, it has its own like ecosystem. Like there's the animals that live there are so strange. Like, but it's like. People think that the English like monarchy, when it was like the English Empire, like covered up the world's biggest mass murder by inventing Australia because they would send all their convicts to Australia, but they said they'd take them out and like dump them in the ocean.
Well, no. So that I think that's why everyone in Australia is like so wild, and there were natives to Australia that like basically lost their land, similar to what happened here. What happened in America it's not the only case of that.
It's one of many.
Yeah, it's one of many. It's one of many. And
why does everybody speak Spanish in South America? Think about it.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're completely right.
Except for Brazil. I know my shit.
Have you ever been to South America?
No, I wish.
Would you? Yeah, I think that's.
I want to go. I want to go to like Machu Picchu.
Yeah,
and shit.
that would be very cool.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, I've had friends that went there and like said
it's amazing. Yeah, my friend went to Brazil recently. He's big into skateboarding. He's from Worcester. My friend Liam. I met him at college.
What's his name? Liam what?
Liam. I'm bad with last names.
No, it's all good. I probably don't know him. If I don't know a kid named Liam, it's an Irish name. I would remember.
Yeah. Oh, I can't. He's gonna listen to us. Fuck.
Sorry, Liam.
Yeah, sorry, Liam.
So Liam O'Callahan.
No, it is an Irish last name. He grows some good ass weed. I'll give him that. Yeah,
yeah.
He's got a really nice grow up at his place in Worcester.
That's sick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good thing you didn't say his last name then.
I know. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Well, now it's fucking it's legal.
Yeah, but to have like a legit grow up.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, you can't have a whole house of plants.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's still illegal. Yeah. I'm like 99% sure.
Have you ever grown weed?
No, I tried to grow weed once, and it all like
what,
it was outside.
You just had a couple seeds.
I think I got plants from someone else that was like, "Hey, I have
too much. Clones.
Like I have too many plants, and like I don't have room because they're growing in like a tent, and they're like, I don't have room for these. Do you want to like plant them in your yard?" And like I was living with my parents. And I was like, yeah. My dad, I think, ripped 2 of them out of the ground because he was like, your mother's going to see these, so fucking get them out of here. And then the other ones, like, got eaten by, like, animals and shit. Like, it was just bad obvious that they got eaten. And I was like, yeah.
So, now are your parents okay with smoking weed?
Oh, they've always been okay with smoking weed. He just didn't want me growing it in his yard. It still wasn't legal. It was, like, over 10 years ago, probably.
And they probably weren't okay with you selling it either.
Definitely not. My mom was, like, played like she didn't know, but she definitely knew. Like, they were just fine. Like, I used to, because I, like...
Well, it would break their heart if it ever had the real conversation, probably.
Well, my dad knew for 100%, but, like, and we talked about it. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, I sell mad weed, like, whatever. But one time my mom found a pound of weed in my room, and I told her she was so like naive. I was like, because like it was after it had been decriminalized, like an ounce or under was decriminalized. I was like,
so it's like
she was like, yeah. I was like, oh, that's like a half ounce, and she was like, oh, okay, just no idea. Like it's a freezer bag. Yeah. I was like, yeah, weed's so light, that's like a half ounce. She just had no idea, but yeah, she used to like. She obviously knew, dude. I grew up in such a small town, and I sold to so many people I knew, that like if I was like
well,
leaving,
word spreads in a small town. So I had a bad reputation around here because I did sell weed too. I was a goofball. I was always getting in the shit, running from the cops. Did I tell you about that?
No, I don't think so.
I already told it on too many podcasts, but I was smoking a bong. I was sitting in the middle of an intersection near my high school, ripping a big ass bong, and then some guy was like, "Hey, pull the fuck over! I'm an off-duty cop." And then I just took off. I outran him. I got it on the highway. I was in a $500 Ford Lincoln Mercury Mystique car.
So it was about to explode.
Yeah, no, it caught on fire. Right as I
got you did actually tell me that.
Yeah. I think I did.
On fire in a police chase. I don't know if you told me the full story, but
no, I got away. I already got away.
That's so funny. Oh, but yeah, what I was saying is, so like the town was so small, I knew everybody, so I like trusted most of the people I sold weed to, except for like the sketchy ones. So,
yeah,
like,
well, people that you're not like you don't actually know.
Like my least favorite part of selling weed was just having to like wait for the people to show up. Yeah. And I had like a house in the woods, like my parents' house, like in the middle of nowhere.
Is that still where they live?
Where they live, yeah. It's like this tiny little house like on a back road in Oxford, but. So there was no one that lived across from us and on either side. It was like mad woods. So I would literally just be like, oh, like what do you need, a quarter? Okay, like leave it in my mailbox, and they would just leave the money in there. Yeah. But I'd always get wicked high and forget to get the money. So my mom would like find it, and like every time I was like, oh yeah, like a kid just owed me money, like he left it in the mailbox. Yeah. But it was like 3 times a week. She was like, why do so many people owe you money? Well, you know what I mean? But like she definitely knew, but she just didn't want to say it.
Yeah, because I would break a mother's heart, honestly.
Well, I think now I've like been like, oh yeah, like I used to sell a shit ton of weed. I don't do that.
Well, you're also
I don't do anything bad anymore.
Well, you also work as an engineer now. It's hard to get mad at your son if he graduates from college.
Wicked funny. I pretty much got an engineering degree to spite my dad.
Really?
Yeah, when I was like 17, I think, that's when like, or maybe 16, that's when people started asking like, what do you want to do? Do you want to go to college? I was like, I was just really good at math, and I was like, yeah.
Same here. We talked about that before.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I'll be an engineer. Like, I don't know. My dad like scoffed at me and was like, "You're not fucking smart enough to be an engineer." And I was like, "Oh really, motherfucker?" And then I literally like grinded out 4 years of college just to be like, "Hey, guess what, bitch?
You.
Who didn't drop out? Me." Like, yeah, you did. Fuck you.
Well, you also went to a particularly a hard school for engineering.
It's a good engineering school.
It is. No, but it's a tough school to really like make it through because. Obviously, Lowell has such a great reputation.
It was wicked funny. We had the largest mechanical engineering class ever, like up at the time at least, to enroll, and also the highest dropout rate after the first semester. Yeah. So many kids
it's the same at Wentworth. Either you got it or you don't. Either you can.
Yeah, you know pretty quickly if like. Yeah, like if you can't convert fucking feet per second to meters per minute, like you're done.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But me, I was the type of guy. When I rolled on the campus my first year there, I fucking came in fucking big dick swinger. Ended up robbing the biggest campus truck.
Yeah, you were like, I'm the man now, bitch.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Well, because Wentworth's also like, isn't it mostly just like a bunch of dorks?
It's mostly dorks, but it's mostly guys too. And like I was on the lacrosse team. I got kicked off the lacrosse team after 1 week.
Really? Not because you sucked, just because you're a fucking douche.
I made the team as a walk-on. No, and I slept through practice because practice was at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Oh,
so it was at 9:30 at night every night. You had 2 practices that day, and then I slept in. And I was like, the coach will never notice me not being there because I didn't play. I was only a week on the team. Like I wasn't like a big player on the team. I was just one of the guys like on the team. There was like 85 people on the team. So I was like, oh, he'll never notice me. I get an email 5 minutes after practice starts. Go turn in your jersey and turn in your shit.
What a fucking asshole!
know.
Isn't it like? Wasn't it just like a club sport, anyways?
No,
like,
it's an actual
team.
legit team. But then I ended up playing club.
Oh, they had club.
Yeah. So it worked out, and I'm still trying to get back. I'm trying to get on the Israel lacrosse team right now.
Oh, really?
Because there's Olympics this year for lacrosse.
Well, yeah, my brother always says he's gonna get on the Irish basketball team.
He should.
Yeah.
There's an actual chance. Is he tall?
No. So he's like 5'10".
He has no chance. Though.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Fucking. I feel like unless you're going pro, like playing college sports, it's such a hassle.
Yeah,
like,
it's not worth
like you might as well just play club and then just like
and have fun
friends. And you don't have to practice like 20 times. Like, dude, if you're going unless you're going to college because you're like, fuck it, I want to keep playing competitive baseball.
Or you're on a scholarship.
Yeah,
that's what you're working for.
But like, you're not on a full one unless you're going D1. And if you're D1, you have a shot at going pro. I just like kids that played like every year. I'm like, what, dude? Like, you invested so much time into this, and
Your
like
life.
all time that, like, I know that they enjoy it, I guess. So it's like
you don't
whatever,
enjoy it as much as people make it sound.
Yeah, like I just like, dude, like it's such a struggle to like even just do the work in college.
It's way
like,
too much.
Unless you're like majoring in fucking like dance theory or some shit. Yeah. With a shout out to Sam Buck, a dance degree.
No, dude, I made fun of Sam so badly.
So
he was talking about his degree, and I was like, "What the fuck do you study in college?" He's like, "I went to school for film and acting." And I was like,
"Yeah, and a
what?
minor in dance."
Yeah, a minor in dance. Yeah.
Yeah, so funny.
Yeah, he's a little goofball.
I love Sam.
I like Sam. He's a great guy. He's a great podcaster. You can tell, like, when he hops on the podcast, like, no, by all means, you seem like a good podcaster.
But Sam like does it. Like
he came on the podcast with some, like, he knew what he was getting.
Yeah, hot takes and shit.
No, well, we started the podcast over 5 times, and we kept it all in the end. We would keep switching seats, and he would introduce me as the host, and I would go over there.
I was like, all right, coming down, fucking Michael and Ann, host of Leisure Hour Radio, or Leisure Time, I don't even know the name.
Leisure Hour Radio, you got it right the first time.
I was right. I fucking shouldn't question myself.
What do you think about the name?
I like it. I feel like it sounds cozy. I feel like it has a good fucking... Like, if someone's like, hey, man, you should listen to Leisure Hour Radio, I'd be like, oh, I'll listen to that.
I know. Doesn't that sound like some, like, just like...
That, like I was saying earlier, it sounds like a kick back with a cigar and, like, a robe on.
Oh, shit, I never got my robes.
We should have got robes.
Yeah.
Fuck it, next time.
Fuck, yeah.
Next time, let's do robes, but let's not wear underwear and just let, like, our dick show a little bit the whole time. We'll blur it on the actual video, but it'll be mad funny.
Next time, we'll do robes, and we'll just have, like, we'll have, like, pillows all around us, like, chilling. Because that whole thing, we'll pull that out. Because that turns into like a fucking futon, they call it.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we'll pull that out, and then we'll just be cut like snuggling up with ropes. That'd be mad funny.
That'd be fucking fire, dude.
But do you want to come on? When's the next time you want to come on?
I'll come on whenever, dude. I fucking just, obviously, you know, the nights I do mics. I think I usually take Mondays.
That's why Wednesdays are good.
I usually take Mondays and Wednesdays off because pub, it just sucks.
It sucks, yeah. So
I did pub this week just because I was trying to, like, bone up for the Mohegan Sun, but...
Yeah. Well, I only went to pub this week because I had no interviews to do and I had nothing else to do. Pub sucks, dude.
Pub sucks. I just looked at the time for the first time. 1:05, dude. That was quick, huh?
Yeah, that is really quick.
Damn. Dude, no wonder Joe Rogan does 24-hour podcasts.
I know.
That's fucking nuts.
You know the thing about Joe... So, this is like me actually, like, how do you think I am as a host?
Good, dude. Fucking asking questions and shit about my past, about my fucking future, about my dreams and aspirations.
No, but, so here, this is what I was, like, worried about. I was like, I don't know if I can do... Because we did 2 podcasts in one day. This is my first time. This is what Joe Rogan does. He does 2 a day.
I thought he did more than that, if I'm being honest.
Oh, I think he might then. I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah, he does like 2 or 3 hour ones. He probably does like 2 a day. But I don't really know. But yeah, no, I was surprised when I walked in and you were doing that with Michael, a.k.a. Ian, a.k.a. Michael.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, oh shit, I'm going to jump into this. And then I was immediately here when he was talking about getting pissed on by a girl. I was like, this, I'm in.
That was a great opening for you to come in, too.
Oh, it was perfect.
It just sucks, like, so, like, if one person has to, like, take a piss, that's, like, how, because we can't pause that and then, like, come back to it.
Oh, yeah.
So then I have to do a bunch of editing and, like, with the camera.
Yeah, I told the story about trying to piss at a St. Patrick's Day parade outside and getting a snowball thrown at me.
Oh, that's what your story?
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and listen
to it. Yeah, it was a quick little fucking tidbit.
Do you have any, what's the most wild thing that's ever happened to you? That's uncontrollable. So me and Michael, we were talking about in our last podcast, like, life could be a simulation, but so many crazy things have happened to me that I don't think it could ever be, like, thought of by someone else.
Yeah, crazy, like, just, like, random as fuck.
Yeah,
because one thing popped in my mind when you said that, and this was, it was after I got out of work at Market Basket. I was smoking weed in my friend's fucking car with these 2 girls. One of them was the girl that I ended up, we were 16, but I ended up dating her in our 20s. The girl that fucking broke up with me before Australia.
Shit.
But it was with that girl.
Can I see her Instagram?
Can you see my Instagram?
Her Instagram.
It's private, I think. I might have like a picture or 2 of us together though. I can show you what she looks like. She's Asian.
She's Asian. Wow.
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, Asian girls. I like Asian girls.
Yeah.
They have good taste in vaginas. But go on.
Yeah. Yes, they do. But so it's like me, my buddy, and these 2 girls fucking smoking a bong in his car. So, and we're young. We're like 16 or 17. So, you know, when like you first start smoking, you're so fucking high.
Yeah, you get fucked up.
So we're in like the employee parking lot, which is like this dirt parking lot off to the side, like kind of in the dark. And there's a car next to us with people in it, but like it's not next to us, but it's just the closest car. and it's dead of winter, dude, like freezing.
So yeah, you can barely see them. Though,
all of a sudden, my friend Brandon's just like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And we all look over, and this dude is getting out of his car, butt-ass naked, bro.
Shut up.
Dead winter, I'd say 55 or older, butt-ass naked, gray chest hair, gray pubes, like a fucking dirty bird's nest, dude.
Dude.
Like
that's what my shit.
But he's not just getting out of his car naked. He's walking towards us. Like he's just dick swinging, coming right at us, and then we just literally like threw it in reverse and left. And
have to.
You know when you're like so hot, like back like when you first started
you don't
smoking,
believe
like,
it.
We're all just like, did that just fucking happen?
Yeah.
And we're all like, we all saw it. Like it definitely fucking happened. I think that might be the craziest thing that ever happened to me.
I
also fell off a train once.
Shut up.
Not a moving train.
Oh,
a stationary, but from the top.
Oh, all right.
From the top, like 20 feet to my back.
Like from the top
from
of the
the
car?
top of a car, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was like 17, 18 maybe.
Did you get hurt?
Oh, yeah, bad. We were drinking and smoking. I grew up in a small town.
And it was a park train. And
park train, and we like walked into the woods, walking down train tracks, came across this like parked cars, like mad cars. And 20 feet is probably an exaggeration, but how high is a train car? Like 15 feet?
No, I'd say that's probably about right.
About right. And it's like me and like 6 of my buddies. And we're like, let's climb up this. And we're we're young. We're drinking like Rubinoff mixed with Gatorade, like in fucking Gatorade bottles, smoking fucking
Did you ever drink UV Blue when you were a kid?
Yeah. Mix that shit with lemonade, dude. This is like a fucking ridiculous story, and if any of my friends watch this podcast, he would fucking tell the train story on the podcast. But we're drinking, we're smoking, we go on top of the train, and there's like in between the cars, there is like a little bridge. I mean, there's a gap, but there's like a little bridge. So we're just doing that, whatever.
Like walking the cars, just hanging
walking
out.
down the cars, just having a good
fun.
time. And then so we walk all the way to the end. It was pretty long, and then we're walking back. And one of my buddies like ran up ahead of everybody, and then he climbed. There's like a ladder between the cars, and he climbed down. He popped out and scared us. And I was like, "That's fucking
funny,
hilarious
that's
as fuck!"
Funny
right?
as fuck.
So I'm like, I'm gonna do it too. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna scare people. They'll never know what like car I'm in between. So I'm fucking sprinting down the street.
That is funny as fuck.
Full sprint, 18, maybe younger, drunk, just. Full steam ahead.
Oh, dude, you were galloping like it was...
Galloping, dude. And I fucking turn around just to look to see, like, can they... Because it's dark. I'm like, can they still see me? So I turn around to look, and when I turn back around, bro, I'm in a full sprint from me to the edge of this table away from the end of the car. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I tried to stop, but that ladder has one rung on the top, so you can pull yourself up. And I, like, hit it, and I fucking tripped. And then I fell. I don't even know how I did it, dude. I fell, like, Matrix style. Like, I went back. Like that, I hit my head on the ladder on my way down. I hit my fucking arm, mangled my arm on the thing that connects the 2 cars, like ripped my whole arm apart. I think I landed, and it's hard to tell because I was so like concussed and shit.
Well,
but I think like my feet hit first, and then my back. Like my feet were dangling underneath me.
When your back hit, did your head slam off the ground?
Slammed.
Oh,
Slammed.
dude, that's the fucking worst.
So I fell like 20 feet to my back, onto train tracks too, because it was like in between 2 cars.
Could you walk after?
Barely, dude. So, like, all my friends, they literally think I died. They're like, dude, the sound you made when you fell was like just like a, ah!
Yeah.
And then I was just gone. And they couldn't see me anymore. And they're like, oh my god, he just fell off. And, like, earlier we were all looking like, damn, if you fell off this, you'd probably die. So, I literally fell, somehow didn't die. Fucking, but when my best friend at the time, like, runs down, like, climbs down the ladder, and he's expecting to, like, find my dead body. Apparently, I don't even remember, dude. I'm just standing fucking my hand against the side of the train, just rubbing my head, and I'm just like, yeah, it's bad, dude, like, it's bad.
Bleeding.
And I was like, I'm definitely gushing blood out of my head, like, I don't know, I wasn't bleeding out of my head, I don't know how, my whole arm was fucked, and my feet and ankles were, like, trashed. And then we were like 2 miles in the woods, so I had to walk all the way back. Bro, I had to walk all the way back to the street, and then we were like another 2 miles from my friend's house, but I made him I just like sat in the street and made him go get the car.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dude, like I can't tell my parents, like what? Like, so I just went home and went to bed.
Are you serious? You could have died if you had a bad concussion.
So I just went home and went to bed. I didn't know what to do.
Holy shit.
And then I woke up in the morning and I like walked into my kitchen. And my mom looked at me and she was like, what's wrong with you? You look all lopsided. I went to the hospital. I had like just like wicked bad like bone bruises on like my feet and shit or whatever, and I like separated my whole shoulder, was just like fucked.
Oh.
And a fucking just like lumps on my head and shit, concussion, whatever. Fucking got like they were like, yo, you should have came in last night. You needed stitches, but it's all like scabbed up.
Yeah, so there's nothing.
So I got lucky as fuck. I probably
scars.
I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if I have scars from it, but anyways,
no,
it was a brutal fucking like but I always bring it up. Like I'll bring it up like when like stupid shit's happening. Like I don't even know. Like if I'm like some guy's talking shit to me at a bar, I'll like turn to my friend, think I fell off the train. I'll be good. Like I always bring it up and they just get so frustrated with me. Be like, yo, fuck you. But yeah, no, that was one of the craziest things that happened to me. But that was like a more like not. No, I'm good. I gotta drive over an hour home, I think. I actually didn't even look up how long my ride home is. How far is it from Dedham to Worcester?
I get to John's house in 30 minutes.
That's not bad.
Worcester's about 40.
I'll probably be under an hour then. That's not bad. Yeah, I'll probably skip another beer because one DUI is enough for me. But if I get that one thrown out of court, who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll just start getting reckless as fuck again. I definitely told you guys a story about fucking was hitting McDonald's building when I was fucking.
Oh yeah, and you drove home and you found your car in the fucking middle of the lawn.
In the middle of the lawn, yeah. I was like 19 when that happened. I think I was a fucking reckless child.
That's insane. You want another cigarette?
Yeah, I'll do a cigarette. When the cigarette's over, fucking, this is a great way to end a pod. Let's fucking smoke cigs, kick back, leisure style.
Yeah, and that's a great way to end.
Yeah, that's a great way.
So here, I'll tell you just a cool story.
Yeah. Tell me some crazy shit that happened to you besides your car catching on fire.
That's a good story, but I told you about catching my guidance counselor, sucking off my athletic director. So one time when I went down the Cape, you ever go down the Cape?
Oh yeah, all the time. I was poor, but I wasn't that poor.
So I went down to Chatham one time. Me and my dad, we went down to Lighthouse Beach. And I was about to go into the water. I was saying, Dad, let's go in the water. I mean, we know there's sharks down there. We're in Chatham, shark capital of the world. We're like, fuck it. We're not pussies. Let's go in the water. We start walking towards the water. And then we see a boat, a big-ass boat coming, flying in, another boat with a film crew. We were both on Shark Week. If we went in the water, there was a great white 20 feet from the beach that we couldn't even see. And they pulled the great white up onto the boat, and they tagged, they tagging and shit. And then you could see us waving from the beach on fucking Shark Week.
Damn, that's fucking sick. You ever watch that show, Wicked Tuna?
Yeah,
I used to be so jealous of that one kid from New Hampshire that was like 23 and had his own boat and used to catch. I was like, damn, this kid's life is fucking sick. I actually don't like fishing, but I was still jealous of him.
Yeah, well, I'm jealous of anyone that fucking is making it on something like that. Like, that's so fucking cool. Like, if you know what you want to do, like, usually you have to grow up in a situation like that. Like, people become, like, professional fishermen, like, they grew up in it their whole life.
Yeah.
Like, people like that grow up, like, maybe, like, I don't know if this is a good comparison, but you ever watch Hell's Kitchen?
Is that a cooking show?
Hell's Kitchen, it's the Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, it's the Gordon Ramsay? I think we were talking about this the other day. I only like the kids.
We were talking about that the other day.
The kids are cute, and I'm like, how's this kid making a souffle? This is fucking insane.
So I've been thinking about, I want to make a sketch where me, you, and John are, like, play Gordon Ramsay, and then we do, like, a cooking challenge, and, like, one of, like, Gordon Ramsay, whoever's playing him, just comes in and starts beating the shit out of both of us.
You know, it'd be wicked funny if we did like a Gordon Ramsay thing, except for, like, we get, like, like 3 people to be the cooks, and just every time it, like, cuts from Gordon Ramsay to the cooks, when it comes back, it's one of the 3 of us, and we just it's a different Gordon Ramsay every time. That would actually be funny as fuck.
Do you want to do that? That would be really good.
I need to bone up on, like, some Hell's Kitchen so I know what he's like.
Dude,
I know he's a dickhead and, like,
start watching it. It's a good show.
I can't do accents, though. Maybe it'll be funnier if I don't do one, if I'm just the American Gordon Ramsay.
I don't know if I could do a Gordon. I can't do accents. That's why I give a lot of respect to Michael. Might not be the
great impressions. Like when he did that, I'm trying to I'd already forget what his first impression. I was like, damn. I was like, oh, it was Coach Steve from fucking from Big Mouth. I was like, holy shit. I was like, that was really good.
For some reason, he's great with his voice. I'll give that to him. He's not the greatest comedian. He started during quarantine. You know that, right?
Yeah. I met him for the first time at Park Grill, and it was like his second mic or something.
Well, how do you do?
Yeah, he did fine.
Yeah,
he did fine.
Way
better though. For
a new guy like that. Yeah,
that was brutal. So bad. Just like I said, I would always try and tell a story, but you're only up there 5 minutes. Like it's just not Not a good thing to do.
Are you gonna? Do you think you're gonna ever move directions with your comedy?
Like, what do you mean, like the subject matter, like get like
Yeah.
more serious, but like.
Well, you know how I'm trying to like get more like goofy and make my jokes like less offensive. Like, do you ever think you'll like try to move your direction? In a
I'm
different way?
sure I will. What was I gonna say? Like right now, I'm really just going like, what's gonna make people laugh? And like my favorite comedians are ones that like after their set. I mean, and this is like you have to do like an hour set to do this, but like they're making points that like you never really thought about something, and they're making it funny. But like at the end, you're like, wow, like they actually have like a really unique perspective on something, and I think that's what makes good comedy. Like you have like this one perspective that no one else really thought of. That's why like I think like a lot of the best comedians are like these really eccentric people that are like fucking they just have this point of view that no one would ever think about, like the simplest thing, the way they think. But you know what I mean? They're like, why does a stop sign have 8 sides? I'm only saying that because there's a stop sign over there. But you know what I mean? And then they can do 10 minutes on why there's a fucking 8 sides on a stop sign, like shit like that. Where like, oh damn, I never even.
You know what I used to tell people. This is one of my first jokes. I want to ask you a question after this, but I used to just mess around with people, and like girls would come over and they'd be like, hey, why do you have a stop sign in there? I'd be like, oh, it's to stop me. It's to tell me to stop when I'm raping a chick.
That's brutal.
That's a dark joke. But
it's pretty funny though. But I feel like making a rape joke to a chick.
To a chick when you're about to fuck. Yeah, that's the wrong way to go.
Yeah, I feel like that's a one-way ticket to not getting laid.
Yeah, definitely. But oh fuck, I literally just forgot what I had. But this was a great episode. This is Leisure Hour Radio. Follow me at Mike_Linehan on Instagram and TikTok, and then Instagram and Twitter, and then my TikTok is Rough Massage.
My Instagram is @TribalSleeve, as is my TikTok, and those are the only social medias I really use.
You're not on Twitter?
No, everyone is always like,
you would do great. You would do great on Twitter.
They're like those one-liners, because I always put them on my Instagram stories, and they're like, dude, those you gotta fucking put those on Twitter. But I spend so much time on my phone already that I like don't want another reason.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I spend most of my days on my phone now. But hey, thanks for coming on, Owen. I fucking love you.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Let's do it again soon.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's definitely do it again soon. And when John Tyler comes out again, I want to do a 3-way episode with us.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. I like the 3-way fucking thing. I like 3-ways of all kinds.
Yeah. All right. See you guys soon.